What is going on, guys? Ray here, Papa Ray's Boom Boom Room. I know it's been a good minute. I just been really busy. Shout out to Unity Fitness Online. I'm a part of this fitness group. They have online classes, trainers. Shout out to Trainer Glenn, Coach Laura. Been doing this mind, body, and soul accountability challenge for 21 days. Just trying to get right. Trying to have that summer ball while we in quarantine. Shout out to them. And if you guys see, shout out to AshAttacksCrafts, my sister-in-law back in Fort Myers. Shirts are out. We're ready to go. I'm glad to be back making videos and stuff. I was definitely either working out or playing video games, which isn't good. The video games part, at least. But last but not least, we had the last division. Saving this one for last. Been in a whirlwind for sure. The AFC East consists of the New England Patriots, New York Jets, Miami Dolphins, and the Buffalo Bills, the hometown Buffalo Bills, even though I'm from Fort Myers, Florida. Before we get started, if you have not already, go ahead and like, subscribe, and follow on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And I'd really appreciate you guys for doing that. We're going to start off with the New England Patriots. Of course, been holding down the division for the past million years. Last year, 12-4. And that is with Tom Brady and an offense that was very lackluster. That defense has carried them for sure. Their biggest needs come in draft: QB, because no Tom Brady, tight end, defensive tackle, offensive guard, and a safety. This draft was very Belichick-like. He picked up a lot of low-key guys that were great leaders on their team. Belichick always looks for leaders, people that don't really need the lights and the glamour, people that just put in work. You come here and you do your job. That's it. In the second round, they picked up Kyle Duggar, the safety out of Lenore Ryan that I made a video about in the last series. Josh Uche, defensive end out of Michigan. Fernie Jennings, linebacker out of Alabama. He was a big, consistent factor for the Alabama defense, even though they have a whole bunch of stars, but he was always the mainstay for that defense. They got Devin Asiasi, tight end out of UCLA. Dalton Keene, tight end out of Virginia Tech. If you know Belichick, he loves his tight ends for blocking and for catching. They got Justin Rosswasser, kicker out of Marshall. Michael Anunu, guard out of Michigan. Justin Herron, tackle out of Wake Forest. Cash Malua, linebacker out of Wyoming. And Dustin Woodard, safety out of Memphis. Like I said, filling in some holes. Their offensive line, as you can tell, Brady, of course, Brady's Brady, but he definitely struggled a lot last year. You can see it. That defense definitely, like I said, kept them in a lot of games. Now is the time of the truth. Was it Bill Belichick or is it Tom Brady that was holding that dynasty together for so long? Belichick is a great coach. Brady is a great quarterback. Let's see what Belichick can do without Brady. And if you've seen times where Brady was injured or Brady was suspended, they did go win games. That time with Jimmy Garoppolo and Jacoby Brissett, I think they went 4-0 until Tom Brady came back. That's going to be a big challenge for the New England Patriots, and a lot of their key pieces on defense, like Kyle Van Noy and a few others, did end up leaving. So we'll see how that Patriots defense, which was one of the top defenses in the league last year, does. But I think they did address the key points they needed in defense were definitely an edge and a safety. They did address that, like I said. Kyle Duggar and Josh Uche from Michigan. Now the big question is, what now? What goes on with the New England Patriots? Is Bill Belichick tank and get sunshine out of Clemson? I don't know. Do they actually still compete in this division? It's all, I don't know. I'm super excited to see what happens. Like I said, Belichick is a great coach. Belichick is the GOAT coach. So, I mean, we shall see what he does with a team led by Stidham or Brian Hoyer. Next up, we got the New York Jets. Last year, finishing 7-9. Their big needs, of course, a tackle, wide receiver, linebacker, corner. It was the first pick in the first round. Mekhi Becton, offensive tackle out of Louisville, 6'7", 300 plus pounds. The guy's a monster. He's gonna be Sam Darnold's best friend. Then in the second round, they picked up Denzel Mims, great wide receiver out of Baylor. They definitely needed a wide receiver with Robbie Anderson gone. Just needing some weapons to help out Sam Darnold. Then they have Ashton Davis, safety out of California, one of the other safeties I had in one of my videos. Jabari Zuniga, defensive end out of Florida. LaMichael Pirine, running back out of Florida. James Morgan, quarterback out of FIU. That's more of an insurance policy. Even though now they have Joe Flacco as a backup. But just in case, because Flacco's not all that great. He is not an elite quarterback, for whoever said that a few years ago. Then you got Cameron Clark, offensive tackle out of Charlotte. Bryce Hall, corner out of Virginia, to get him in the 5th round. In 2018, he was easily a second-round pick before he got injured. But to get him in the 5th round, hopefully he plays like he used to, and that's going to be a great steal because they definitely need help in the secondary. And with their last pick, they had Braden Mann, punter out of Texas A&M. Big thing for the Jets is, can Sam Darnold get over that hump? Sam Darnold, I think, is a great quarterback, probably one of the best quarterbacks in that division, and one of the best young quarterbacks that we do have. It's just, I don't know. Last year was a really off year with the mono, and it was just really weird seeing Sam Darnold not play like he did. You know, he did pretty decent his rookie year, I think. I don't know. The Jets, just their offense needs to click. Le'Veon Bell needs to be Le'Veon Bell. He was definitely super off last year. I do not like Adam Gase as a coach. He tears teams apart like he did with the Dolphins. He is not helping the Jets. He's not helping his case to be a head coach in this league in general. But their big thing, keeping Jamal Adams. There's a lot of trade rumors. You guys just got Jamal Adams. What was that, 2016, 2017? I see Jamal Adams as the piece that helps them get to the promised land, not as the piece that they give away. I see him as a part of the solution, not a part of the rebuild. Jamal Adams, since he's been in the league, one of the top safeties in the league. I just cannot see the New York Jets being that dumb and getting rid of Jamal Adams. Yeah, it's a wide open division. I think the Jets have a chance to at least come in second behind the Buffalo Bills. If they paid to play to their potential. Back in the day, they were back-to-back division champions, get into the divisional championship all the time. We'll see what happens. Next up, I got the Miami Dolphins. They had possibly one of the nicest drafts of this draft last year, 5-11. Their needs: QB, offensive tackle, defensive end, and a running back. And of course, they tanked for Tua. They picked him up with the 5th pick in the first round. Quarterback out of Alabama, of course. Then they got Austin Jackson, offensive tackle out of USC, another offensive lineman that I had in one of my videos. They picked up Noah Ibignagi. I think that's how you pronounce it, corner out of Auburn. Very questionable move there. He is a corner. Oh, he's a good corner, but he's more of an athletic corner. He was a track star. His parents were Olympians. Just a lot of better options there, so that was the questionable pick for the first round for them. Then they had Robert Hunt, guard out of Louisiana. Raekwon Davis, a wrecking ball defensive tackle out of Alabama. Brandon Jones, safety out of Texas. Solomon Kindley, guard out of Georgia. Jason Strawbiz, defensive end out of University of North Carolina. Curtis Weaver, defensive end out of Boise State. That's another one. He's very disruptive on that defensive side of the ball. They got a long snapper, Blake Ferguson, out of LSU. And Malcolm Perry, wide receiver out of Navy. In the 5th round, they did trade their pick to the 49ers for Matt Breida. If you guys know, Matt Breida was a starting running back for the 49ers. before they clogged out the backfield with Tevin Coleman, Raheem Mostert, and Matt Breida. He's definitely a starting running back in this league. Very productive, actually. If he can stay healthy, that's a great fifth-round pick trade for Matt Breida. They definitely need a running back. Like I said, tanking for Tua. They got Tua in the first round. They got their quarterback of the future, I think. Tua has a lot of upside, and I think they say that he's, what is it, Steve Young. They comparing him to Steve Young. We'll see how that goes in this wide open division. Although I think the Dolphins probably are gonna, still kind of be rebuilding, not really, more developing their young players. We'll see what happens. On defense, they definitely got stronger with getting Kyle Van Noy from the Patriots, linebacker. They got Shaq Lawson from the Bills, Emmanuel Ogba, Raekwon Davis. Like I said, he's a wrecking ball. He played for Alabama. Curtis Weaver again. Raekwon McMillian. He's a linebacker. Then they got Xavier Howard. And, of course, big pickup from the offseason was Byron Jones from the Cowboys. Look for Miami to have a nice rebuild and see them do well. Last but not least, I got the Buffalo Bills, Bills Mafia. I live in Buffalo. They're my adopted team. They're my step team. Last year, 10-6. Biggest needs: defensive end, linebacker, corner, offensive guard, and a running back. They did not have a first-round pick this year because they traded to the Minnesota Vikings for Stephon Diggs. I feel like it's what should have happened with DeAndre Hopkins. He was definitely worth a first-round pick. Considering Stephon Diggs' age and his production, that's about right. I think Stephon Diggs is going to fit well with the Buffalo Bills. Second round, A.J. Epinesa, defensive end out of Iowa. Running back Zach Moss out of Utah. Wide receiver Gabriel Davis out of University of Central Florida. They picked up Jake Fromm, QB1 on that show on Netflix. Quarterback out of Georgia. Tyler Bass, kicker out of Georgia Southern. Isaiah Hodgins, wide receiver out of Oregon State. And Jackson, corner out of Pittsburgh. I think the Bills are the clear favorite for this division. If the Bills do not win this division, something is really wrong. With Coach McDermott, the past 3 seasons, he's made the playoffs 2. The first one with Tyrod Taylor, they missed the playoffs. And then they made the playoffs last year with a really impressive 10-6 record. Their pickups of Diggs and these young wide receivers that they picked up, I think they're going to be utilized very soon, along with John Brown, Cole Beasley, and some of the tight ends that they have that are young as well. I just look for Josh Allen to make another big leap this year. Guy has a cannon, strong arm. Only thing I look for is for him to improve on his decision making. In that playoff game, a lot of really careless plays, not just by Josh Allen. Of course, the offensive line had that holding or whatever the heck they want to call that call that really messed them up. But Josh Allen, I think, easily, he could be a low-key MVP candidate if the Bills do really good and he continues to improve. I said it here. I don't think this year, but like I said, Josh Allen in the future could be a low-key MVP candidate. Their O-line, they should have went for that guard position and maybe another tackle. They didn't go for their O-line in the draft. So I think they just need to improve that O-line to actually be a contender more than just that division, going into the playoffs and trying to make a run for the Super Bowl. That Bills defense, of course, is scary. Lorenzo Alexander did retire last year, although he did say, hey, if you guys ever need me, I'm here, but only for the playoffs. So that'd be great for them if they make the playoffs and Lorenzo Alexander comes back. They got Jerry Hughes, of course, Ed Oliver, Harrison Phillips, Tremaine Edmonds, Trey White, Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde. They picked up Josh Norman in free agency. He's going to be more of a zone corner. He's not really man-to-man anymore. So we'll see how the Buffalo Bills do. Like I said, if they do not win the division, something is seriously wrong, given the fact that they've made the playoffs 2 of the past 3 years. And now with Brady gone, I look for them to, everybody thinks, obviously take over that division. Last but not least, we have the predictions for the AFC East. Bills, Jets, Pats, Dolphins. USA Today has the Bills win division 10-6. They got the Pats coming in at 8-8, and the Jets at 5-11, and the Dolphins at 6-10. I got the Bills, like they said, 10-6, same record as last year. Then I have, let me see, I got the Dolphins finishing 8-8 for second place. I look for the Dolphins to have an okay year. You know, Brian Flores is a great coach, and I look for him to snap them boys into shape. The Jets, I have them finishing 7-9, and I have the Patriots finishing 6-10. I feel like Belichick will sneak in a few wins in there for his New England Patriots. All right, guys, I want to thank you guys for keeping up with this whole series. I'll post a post later with all of the links to each division with each draft recap and season predictions. And I'd appreciate you guys if you guys share that. Watch these videos, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I appreciate you guys so much. Once again, like I said, Unity Fitness Online. If you guys are looking for any online workouts, trainings, you can hit up Trainer Glenn on Instagram, Coach Laura on Instagram. I'll drop their handle names below. And also the shirt, AshAttacksCrafts. My sister-in-law back home, Ashley. I really appreciate you for making these shirts for me. And to those that have bought some of the shirts, wear them around, stun them around for me. I appreciate you guys a lot. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.